So, I did a DBZ DVD review about a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to talk about a couple other animes that I've been watching recently. You know, I was always out of touch when it came to anime, sitting in my little DBZ corner all by myself, not giving a lot of animes a chance. But lately I've been doing that, and I've been greatly enjoying myself for getting more into the world of anime. Thanks to a lot of my friends that have been suggesting different animes. Two of those being Full Metal Alchemist, and the other one being Death Note. And first, I'm going to talk about Death Note. I've watched both of these series to completion, and both of them are excellent. And both of them have unique storylines and unique fucking plots and characters, unforgettable, events and just, episodes and shit that happens. And Death Note it's a really fucking remarkable fucking anime. That's one thing where Japanese cartoons differ from the American ones. The stories are just, America has like a very black and white perspective when it comes to their animation. It's usually good versus evil, or if it's not that, it's just it's like a comedy sitcom style, like Family Guy or The Simpsons or Bob's Burgers, something like that. That's how America does business when it comes to animation. We've seen that, or it's good versus evil, it's Ninja Turtles, or some shit like that, basically. You know what I mean? It's good versus evil, whatever you want to fucking, describe them as, or whatever. When it comes to anime, there's good versus evil, there's Dragon Ball Z, and then there's things where, like Death Note, where basically this is the storyline. You got a high schooler who finds a notebook on the ground. A god of death gives him a notebook. He is the son of the chief of police. And basically, this notebook has the power to fucking kill motherfuckers. Takes the notebook, as long as he knows the face and the name, he writes it down, and he knows the guy and pictures the face of the person. That person's gonna fucking die. And without doing any fucking spoilers, you could just, by that alone, that description, there's a lot of interesting things that happen. And by the end of this anime, you're gonna fucking need a vacation. I mean, this fucking anime wears you out. Not out of boredom, but out of fucking thrilling excitement. This shit is, it's dialogue heavy. But there is just so much fucking going on here. And if anybody is curious, I watched the dub. I don't sit there and fucking read subtitles. I'm sorry. I do receive a lot of criticism for this. I've had a lot of people fucking criticize me for that. I hear it all the fucking time. I hear it at work. I hear it from, even my friends themselves who even suggested these animes, telling me to watch it in the original Japanese. I'm sorry. I cannot fucking do that. It's not fucking, anything against the Japanese or anything, but, I'm, I, being fucking American, I kind of want to hear that kind of voice when I'm watching TV. It's kind of odd for me, hearing all Japanese voices and hearing Japanese dialogue and fucking having to read the thing the whole way through. It's very distracting. You know what I mean? I've watched movies with subtitles. I've enjoyed movies with subtitles, but yeah, I just can't. Run Lola Run, for example. That whole fucking movie's in subtitles. I think that's a great fucking movie. But fuck, when it comes to anime, when it comes to this, I just can't fucking do it for whatever fucking reason, guys. But this anime, it was just great. Is what it was. And it also makes you question, things about life, the way that this is why I'm saying it's good versus evil. You would think that the high schooler, Light Yagami, is, by definition, a killer. He's killing people by writing the names down in the notebook. But here is the kicker. A lot of those names he's writing, well, a couple of people along the way are kind of innocent that he might, but they're always for a reason. There's always a reason for his killing, and most of the ones that he kills, and he kills hundreds, thousands of people, they're murderers, serial killers, people on death row. You know, he's trying to create a new world, full of no crime, you know, no rape, no nothing like that, no murders, rape, or shit like that. So, you know, you could say that's a pretty noble concept. But does he have the right to play God? And you'll see that throughout the whole fucking series. If that is like blowing your mind and you're getting a lot of fucking thoughts and ideas from that alone, then this is the anime for you. And fucking gosh golly, motherfucking damn it, this movie, this fucking anime, I mean, was for me. I mean, those type of concepts, you know, right there. You know, do you have the right to kill? You know, this also goes into vigilantism, for example. Remember, like in Batman, the police are after Batman, you know, in the Dark Knight, because he's a vigilante. Does he have the right to fucking stop crime because he doesn't have a badge? Does that give him the right to do things? Now, he's not killing people. Light Yagami is, but still you can kind of see the same similarities there. You know, it's vigilantism. He's taking the law into his own hands. He's killing people. Does he have the right to do that? You know, you have to really think about that. You know, people will say that. What qualifies the police to take care of these matters? What qualifies, you know, the government and federal industries to really, aren't they playing God by having prisoners on death row and executing them? You know, you could argue that, or, you know, and you will see that Light Yagami, they develop a name for Light, because they don't know who it is, and I don't want to like get all into it, but they end up calling him Kira. You know, the person who's killing, not Light specifically. He is suspected, but they're not sure it's him. There's other suspects, and you'll see as the story unfolds. But you'll see that people actually worship Kira. They there are people that love Kira. They love what he's doing. They love the idea of the new world that is crime-free. And you will see that war and crime and things are all down. So actually, Kira is succeeding in suppressing crime because he's killing all the murderers. He's killing all the rapists, and you know, and the world's improving. But the thing is, you know, does he have the right to do that? That's what people are all discussing and everything like that. That is really fucking interesting. You know, I just got to stand there and I have to say that is a really fucking interesting concept. You know, does he have the right to do that? And, you know, you sit there and you really question it. You know, you could just say, no, he's a murderer. But the thing is, but crime is down. War is non-existent. So, you know, doesn't that make you look bad? Because you're questioning Kira, you're questioning his methods, and he's actually done something positive for the world. But is it right that he gets to play God? Because he is, in fact, not God. And what gives him the right to do it? But then in the same breath, what gives the police, what gives the state, what gives the federal government, you know, the right to decide the person's fate? You know what I mean? You could argue, yes, the Constitution, well, it's also in Japan, but, you know, this takes place in the U.S. and Japan. But, you know, who gives the right to do anything? Man did. When they wrote the Constitution, that was still men doing it. So who really has the right to do anything? When you really get right down to the nitty-gritty of it. And that is interesting. This is an anime that you could discuss for fucking years because the debate goes on and on. You know, it also really, you know, brings about discussions of capital punishment and things like that. You know, and you know, the fact that, like, some crimes like rape are not treated as seriously as many people want them to. And, you know, there's been so many movies done about this. The Brave one, fuck, Death Wish, you know, so about vigilantism and people getting frustrated because, you know, the judicial system and just, you know, fucking the police and stuff is just not getting shit done at the rate that people wanted to. So, you know, when the anime like Death Note comes around and just actually really does a better job at bringing this discussion about, because it goes on a higher level than Death Wish or the Brave one or fucking Batman and shit like that. You know, because it's a fucking notebook. A fucking god of death is right there on Earth with light. You know, fucking giving him the power to do this. And this is just really a great anime. It's great for the purpose of discussion. It is like a fucking, you know, just, it's like fucking like a water cooler anime, you know? Just stand around and talk about it, and you could go on for hours about this shit. It's just an amazing anime. It's a 10 out of 10. It's right there on Netflix right now. There's no excuse not to watch. It's only 37 episodes. Only 37 episodes. Each episode's like 22 minutes each. You guys telling me you can't spare time for this one? It's great, guys. You just gotta fucking watch it.